Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Gate Ruler video. Oh, I've got props, isn't that cool? In this one we're going to be talking about the tops over the past, I believe, 2 weekends now. It's been a little while since I've had time to do this, so my apologies. Also, you'll have noticed I've been shitting out those unboxings, so please do go and check those out. And thank you very much to Sundar, my simian level supporter. You should all subscribe to the channel because tomorrow's unboxing is... I believe it's tomorrow's, or the most recent unboxing. The one that says this was crazy, you need to go watch that because, oh, baby. Also, you definitely should stay subscribed because I've got some really exciting deck profiles coming up. And that's it for the shilling. Let's go ahead and get started. We will be discussing the tops in Japan from various different sources. Today, I believe it's going to be mini GPs and also the Pitomax tournaments. If you don't know who Pitomax is, this is the absolute Giga Chad who squirted out, just produced that very, very good deck builder early on. Of course, now in... we are blessed in the Western world to have gateruler.eu, which is just a goated website. But, for a while, that's all we had, and it was pretty fantastic. It really did get the job done, and it's a very convenient, condensed way of showing deck lists. But anyway, enough shilling for that. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to attempt to remember to stay over here for one of these videos so I don't keep on, just disappearing behind the deck lists. Let's get started. First, we have got, and there's going to be a lot of these, by the way, we have got Overlord, and we've got a lot of Overlord. So first, we have got this Overlord Darkness list. Anything interesting about this list? Well, it is blue-yellow, which, it's not that unusual, to be honest. Interesting things that I like, that you see 3 copies of the Counter Cat Sith there, the one that's 3 HP. I do like that. I think... I do think there's some really strong possibilities for Genibus in Overlord. Just could be spicy, could be fun. I do notice 4 copies of Make a Killing, which I don't know, that might be excessive, that might be perfect. I'm not really sure. I do know that Darkness Overlord is absolutely insane, though. You got the Hades for all the owl pieces there. I will say I don't really agree with Jack the Ripper here. I'd rather see like the Fairy or Levin. I really don't think Jack the Ripper was necessary. Of course, it is a level 0, so I understand why you might not be able to play Levin, but I see no reason why you couldn't play Fairy instead, which I think would be more useful. But, I mean, you're seeing, basically, the big cards that are really strong in Overlord. March of Darkness, Voltona is a ridiculous set of cards that you're able to play. You get 4 copies of your counter is just going to heal you, and believe me, you are going to be shitting out those Abyss summons, so yeah, it's very, very, very strong. That is that for that deck profile, that list. It's sort of very standard. We're going to be seeing these, the shell of the Darkness list. And this is the nice thing, actually, is whilst, you might say, oh, so we've just switched from Red-Pink Apprentice meta to Darkness Overlord meta. I will say, one, that whilst there was some diversity in the Red-Pink stuff, the shell of Darkness is really very compact for Overlord. There is a lot of room for creativity, and I believe I said in the previous video as well, we're barely scratching the surface of just the current card pool with Overlord. There is a tremendous amount of viability here. People just gravitating towards the Darkness because the deck has been ass forever. So the fact that it's finally good now is pretty awesome. Anyway, on to the next one. And that is going to be another mini-GP winning deck list, and you can see here it is another blue-yellow Darkness. We're sort of seeing very similar things. We've got 4 copies of the Fairy here, this time for Jack the Ripper. The milling is fine. Like, I don't know, maybe the card's just, it's fine. Maybe I'm just being too harsh on it for no reason. I think the card is alright. You got your Hades, you got, the core is pretty much the same here. I think these blue-yellow lists probably aren't going to be diverging very much. It's got all the essentials there. So there's another version for you. Next we've got another another blue-yellow Darkness list. So you can see that there. And you can see there are some more interesting card choices. Personally, I wouldn't be playing 4 copies of the Fell Follower, the one that's like on attack mill, I believe it is. I'm not a massive fan of that card, and I really don't like the 3/3/1 level 0. But there's plenty here. I think I do understand it though, because there's 3 copies of Last Dragon the Finale here, and you're going to need a huge amount of Betrayers to actually make that card viable. And of course, this is definitely going to be more of a control-based Darkness build, and you have the longevity for that, right? This deck heals an absolute shit ton, so you're very much able to sort of sit there, keep bringing out your finales, and keep on, abusing that card. And you're never really going to deck out either, just by nature of the way Darkness works. So it's quite good. Next, we have got red yellow darkness, and this is just again going to show the strength of the darkness core because it's only playing 6 red cards, and that's just 2 copies of Tatari to make sure that your level limit is now 70, and 4 copies of the healer, which the heal counter, which is going to let you get specific pieces out. I do think the one thing that's very interesting though is pretty much none of these lists are actually playing any legends. And that really goes to show that darkness, just like the legends are not particularly good. They're not really valuable at all in our current card pool, which is why I'm really excited to see what set 3 brings, because I think that is when we're going to get some legends that really do synergize with darkness and probably are going to be pretty fucking spicy. Next, we have got another darkness list. Can you guys tell darkness has been pretty good? Yeah, it's been going pretty crazy. All over the organization, all over the mini GPs, because it's just very good and people really want to play something different. I think we should be taking. I wouldn't say based on these tops, darkness is overwhelmingly best deck, and certainly it hasn't tested as overwhelmingly best deck. I just think people are so fucking sick and tired of Darumageddon in Japan that they're taking every opportunity to just whip this out. And yeah, as you can see, this is a I believe max rarity build, so absolute fucking props, because those those look pretty damn beautiful. I will be doing the same for my Alice deck. That's the only one I'll be doing. I'll be going full foil on everything else, I think, but max rarity I think I'm only going to be saving for Alice. But anyway, there we go. On to some Petomax decks. So first place Petomax here, we've got another darkness list. This one's looking a little bit different. This one's actually taking advantage of Alice, so being able to actually have some sort of defensive tools there, which is quite nice. So but I'm not going to draw on for too long. It's a lot of darkness tops. Which, again, I find very funny when you go back to the start and, I was saying this deck is not good in set 1, and people were losing their minds saying, oh my god, you can't say that. No, it is, you're wrong, you're just bad. No, the deck was just bad, it did nothing, and now it's good and it's doing something. Anyway, I'll stop bringing that up sort of every time. Here's what I'm excited about. Alice is doing something, and it is coming in an anti-meta form. Alice here, it's this deck that actually is very well suited to dealing with the current meta, and that's why we're seeing it starting to see some success. This came 2nd place in the Petomax tournament, and it's a good list. It's what I've got built, and yeah, let me tell you, the deck it's pretty good. Pink is doing a lot of heavy lifting and making sure the deck is viable. I'm very much looking forward to set 3, where hopefully we can explore some more color combinations, and mainly because I don't want to buy Uber zaps, so I'd really appreciate it if I didn't have to play those to be optimal. But anyway, yeah, an Alice list here. There is some really good notes available on Twitter. If you just have a little look around, you can find some really informative notes by some dedicated Alice players. I suggest you go take a look at them. But yeah, very good list. Big things here are like 4 Future Men's is really doing a lot of heavy lifting, and the Apocalypse Now as well is doing a lot. Then we got a 1st place mini GP winning Alice list. Let's go! Major W here. It's very similar to the previous list. I think the only, I think there's a couple of very minor differences, but it's basically the same list. But this, rather than coming 2nd place in a Petomax, this won a mini GP. So of course, very much keep an eye on this list. It looks like it's doing something, that's for sure. And you can see that it's very, very similar. Then a couple more Petomax lists here to round out this video. We have got a 1st place Overlord Darkness and a 2nd place Overlord Darkness, but this one taking advantage of a legend for once in Magvarius, because that card is absolutely cracked. And I'm kind of surprised no one thought to just chuck it in at 1 copy before, because it's kind of good. But there we go. That is it for this video of Gate Ruler Tops. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it useful. If you did, please do like the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you ready for Darkness to be popping off? I don't know when or if we're going to be getting Overlord early in the English format. I hope we do, as I really don't want to keep dealing with Darumageddon. It's really nice just having this ruler where you can kind of just play whatever you want, and it's a lot more viable. But there we go. That's it. I thank you once again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.